I weighed 300 pounds.
At the height of my career on Broadway, I thought of ending my life daily.
Wow. To watch those videos and to look at that picture of myself and to realize just the transformation that has taken place in our lives, Anne, and that we're here. We're here, we're 55 and alive, and wow. So to share a little bit about my transformation, I spent most of my life at a weight well over 250 pounds, all the way to right under 300 pounds. And it wasn't until I had a courageous doctor when I walked into her office back in 2006 and said, I think you need gastric bypass. And I was kind of like, wow, all right, well, thanks. Thanks for being true with me, girl, hitting me right between the eyes. But the facts are facts. I was a big girl. I was unhealthy. So I had the gastric bypass. I lost 150 pounds. And wow, shouldn't I be thrilled? Shouldn't I just, life's perfect, right? Everything's great. I looked amazing. Everyone told me I looked amazing. But I felt like I wasn't amazing. I still had the feelings of what's wrong. I thought that when I lost 150 pounds, I was going to arrive, the whole universe was going to open up, and every opportunity in the world was going to become available to me. Um, I could now fit in clothes, I could go on certain rides. But that didn't happen because I realized that they operated on my stomach, not my brain and my mouth. So the habits and the patterns that I had developed to get me to nice 300 pounds, those habits and patterns hadn't changed. So kind of the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So since I didn't change anything, and I'm such a powerful person, I gained 90 pounds back. So from 2008 to 2017, I went well over 200 pounds again. And that was devastating for me. I didn't think I would ever be there again. But how could I not think I would never be there again? I wasn't changing the pattern and the habits. So it's crazy. So I was able to wake up, literally, but just at the beginning of 2020, did I connect my mind and body and realize that I actually have a choice of what I put in my mouth. It was almost literally like a candy bar would be sitting there attempting to jump in my mouth. And so I just had to eat it. Like I had absolutely no control over it. And when I realized that if I want to live and feel good and be healthy, that I better make some different choices. And so through that one opening, I decided that I should probably take that and apply it to other areas of my life, like drinking. I was drinking too much alcohol. It wasn't pretty. Um, I was spending too much. I'm in credit card debt out my gazoo. I have student loan debts over $100,000. Like the struggle is real, people. But what I did discover is I discovered that all I ever needed was to go inside and trust myself that I had the answers. I had all the answers inside of me. I have the power to decide what I'm going to eat, when I'm going to eat, who I'm going to eat it with. It's not some force of nature outside of myself throwing food in my mouth. I have to pick it up and eat it. So I have a choice, and I never realized I have a choice. And in that choice, I got freedom. I got freedom in every aspect of my life. And so I was able to start diving into every area of my life of what else could I open up? What else could I surrender to? Give up control, give up the power, and just be present to the moment and let the miracles start happening. And they just did. I was able to start breaking down my limiting beliefs of I'm not worthy, I don't deserve it, I'm not good enough. All those things that stopped me, that kept me at 300 pounds for most of my life. All those things that stopped me from achieving a life that I love. I was able to just give up all the energy and surrender, because it was in that fight. I was fighting myself. I wasn't fighting anyone else. I was fighting myself and making myself so wrong and shameful for, oh, you had a bad day, ate something, screw it, the whole diet's off, forget it. I don't diet anymore because food doesn't own me. I own me. I decide what I eat, when I eat, nothing else. And so it goes with everything else in my life. There's no outside force or situation that dictates how I live my life. I I have the power and the decision. And I am in control of my own life. I am the cause in the matter of my own life. And I realized that as I started living my life and finding the joy and finding my power and loving myself, that through that self-awareness, I had a calling to help lift up millions. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to guide, help, moderate, assist, whatever we can do, so that other people don't have to spend another moment listening or living by the forces outside of them. That they find that gold ticket inside of them. They find that divine light that has always been there, because it's your birthright. You were born with that light. And for me, it was dim for many years. For some of you, it may not even be lit. But if you are ready, willing, and able to push back on fear, to push through the fear, to not let fear stop you from opening up, being vulnerable, letting that beautiful light that is inside of you, because we see it. Even if you can't, I promise you, we see it in you. And we are going to be there as a community to uplift one another so that you can finally and forever have access to that joy that has been there all along. You just haven't seen it, but we see it. We see it clearly. And whatever we can do, whatever we can facilitate to switch that light on or to brighten it, we're committed to doing. And we, quite honestly, the way that Ann and I feel, the joy and passion that we feel for life every day, it's almost selfish if we don't pass this on. If we don't share our joy and our love and our light and our passion for life with other people, I just feel it's selfish. And any fear that Ann and I have had about doing this, the service for people is completely outweighed by that minusculeness of fear that may exist in us. We're willing to lay it all out there, and we're asking that you do too. So, Ann, I would love if you shared about your transformation.
Deb, that is so inspiring. You are so inspiring, and you are just a radiant human being. And I've known you for a very, very long time, since junior high school. And I've seen you through all of these phases of your life. And each one of the person has always been there. You have always been this beautiful, beautiful human being, regardless of what weight you were or what was going on in your life. But the transformation is real. And what I see in you is peace and serenity and joy that was there before, but in a very different way, not in a centered, glorious daily, day in, day out. It's truly remarkable.
Thank you.
To
I feel
I'm
it.
so glad that I get to be on the ride with you.
Yeah.
For starters.
Yeah.
So my story is a little bit different. I am a performing artist and have been my entire adult life. I was given a gift. Always think of it as a gift to sing. And that took me, to Broadway and all over the world. And I've had a wonderful career. But funnily enough, you would think that you've achieved that dream that you had. I had the dream to be on Broadway. And um, I find myself there, and yet I wasn't happy. Were there moments of happiness? Was I having fun? Yeah, all of that is true, but I was deeply, deeply depressed. And, just there was a sadness that accompanied me pretty much everywhere I went.
Mm.
And I could get on stage and shake it off. And like I said, it's not, I had a lot of friends. I had a great life in New York City. For an outsider looking in, it probably looked like I had everything.
Mm.
And, you know, I guess for outside things, I did. What I didn't have was that peace and that serenity that I do now. And my journey was different. I've always been interested, and I think there's a piece of me that's always known something just wasn't quite right or together. And so looking, searching, trying this thing, trying that thing. I was never happy with my body. So I was always trying different exercise routines, different diets. I was in therapy. I was in group therapy. And believe me, my therapist and my group, that was a brilliant, brilliant thing in my life at that time, and it was very helpful at that time. um, but there still was a struggle. There wasn't like a day-to-day thing where I would get up just feeling great every day. It was fleeting. It kind of flew through and didn't
Mm.
necessarily stick. And it wasn't really until I would say like the last 10 years of my life where I started making some changes. Um, and just to go back for a second, I did suffer the death of my first husband, and I was a single parent for quite a while. And of course, that was all very difficult, but I'm a super resilient person. So I'm a survivor. I will figure out how to survive. But life isn't about surviving, it's about thriving. And I always knew like something, there was a piece that was missing. And I I started to just tweak various things. And funnily enough, like a big thing for me was tweaking the foods that I was eating, getting much more in touch with nature, starting to spend my time really appreciating this earth that we're part of, and eating foods that I knew were grown healthily and healthfully in soil that was rich in nutrients, and starting to put things in my body that started to make my body feel very, very different.
Mm.
Um, and then stopping thinking.
Mm.
That was a big one for me,
Mhm.
is that I,
Yeah.
I learned to really let thoughts not be something that guided me. And through that elimination, I started noticing that this internal voice started stepping forward for me. And it's exactly what Deb described. It was just my own wisdom, my
Mhm.
own truth. That became my compass and has been
Mm.
my compass now for the last 10 years of living by my truth.
Mm.
And and I can honestly say that since that shift has happened, I do get up every day, and I'm so excited for what the day might bring. I don't know what possibilities await me. I mean, I do know for me, I would say the future is not my business. My
Yeah.
only business is right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know if I take care of myself now and allow
Mm.
myself to be the loudest voice, I trust myself. And, I do have
Mm.
accountability friends in my life for sure. Those pieces are important. But at the end of the day, if I stick to what is true for me,
Mm.
every day is just amazing. I count on it. I can count on it. I think that's the difference,
Right?
right?
It's a guarantee. It's a
Yeah, it's a
guarantee.
guarantee.
It's a
In the back,
guarantee.
in the old days, it was like, you got to have a good day
Oh,
or a good
right.
week or like something
Oh
good
God,
will
I
happen.
hope I have a good day. Yeah, I
Right,
hope today's a good
right.
day. Yeah, it's
But
a
it's now I can
guarantee.
count on it no matter what gets thrown my way.
And why
Um,
is that? Because you dictate it.
right, right, right.
You're writing the script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Deb, why don't you share with everyone like
Yes. So where does this lead
working,
us?
what we're
Yes,
doing.
this leads us. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And
Hmm.
so this leads to us that Deb and Ann are launching our website at debandann.com. And you can go to it and you can subscribe just to our website. That's just a subscription. There'll be a free video there, which is a very cool video of one of mine and Ann's first ever recordings. And so that's awesome. And then what we're not going to be bombarding. Let me get
Bombarding.
that word right.
Bombarding.
Bombarding. We're not going to be bombarding you with emails. However, you will receive an email sometime around the beginning of May because we are going to open up our membership page at that time. So right now, the membership page, you do not have access to it. We're working on that behind the scenes, but as of May 1st, the membership page will be open and we are going to launch our first session on Monday, May 24th. Our sessions consist of 25 members only at a time. So as we fill one group, we will then open others. But keep in mind, people, we are only allowing 500 members. Once we hit 500, we're closed. There's going to have to be a wait list. So don't wait to join in May. You will have,
Yeah, and also just to clarify that, Deb, it's like
yeah,
it's the reason it's capped at 500 is because we want to give you our best selves. We're never
yes.
going to cheat you out of quality and time, and
Mm,
we're one way we have found our happiness is recognizing how to balance in our lives, and we've looked at what can
absolutely.
we balance, what can we show up for 1,000%.
Right.
So go ahead, Deb.
Right. Yeah. And the small groups of 25, I mean, some people might think that's medium, but we really want a community. That's the whole point because the power happens as we come together as a community every week. So there'll be one 1 hour Zoom session live each week with Ann and I as the moderators. And really it's going to be directed. We are going to be the moderators, and while we know things that we want to bring to you and little bits of golden nuggets that we want to share with you, we want to hear from you. We want to
Right.
hear your truth. We want to hear, what do you need? What do you want from us? So it's going to be very much an organically grown community of truth tellers, because the main thing is we're going to talk the truth and we're going to transform through the discussions.
Truth,
And that's,
talk, transform.
there you go. That is the whole purpose of Deb and Ann. And so again, visit us at debandann.com and get subscribing to our webpage so that we can send you notification when membership is going to open. And then again, the only reminder we may send you with an email is when our membership page opens, which will be around May 1st. And please follow us on Instagram and Facebook and share our message with people if you feel inclined. But again, our membership will be limited to 500 so that we can serve all 500 fully and with all of our power and all of our knowledge and really connect. And we feel that through the small sessions of 25, we will get to know each and every one of you. So thank you for taking the time, and go to our website, debandann.com, to find out more about us. Have a beautiful day.
Have a beautiful day.